We are on Unit 2, quiz number 3, question number 9. So whenever you see a coefficient in front of x inside the parentheses, we must use a table. But during our practice, like earlier, you figure out that when this coefficient is greater than 1, we will have to compress sideways. When this coefficient is greater than 1, we'll compress sideways. But when it is less than 1, like half, 1/3, 1/4, your graph will be stretched sideways. So there are some hints that it was given. You have to write out the original points and new points, and then think about what kind of transformations it is and what you do to either both x and y values. So what we are going to do now, we are going to use a table. So if I want to use a table, I'll write down f of 2x. So we're going to use the table. The first thing you have to look into all your original points. So I'm going to find out the coordinate of each point, and then I'm going to write down the original points. So the first point, this one will be -4, -3. The next one will be -3, -1. And then -2, +1. And -1, 3. 0, 3. This point, 1, 3. 2, 3. And 3, 0. So these are the original points. Once you have the original points, you can write down f of -4 equals to -3. So you have the input -4, output is -3. F of -3 equals to -1. F of -2 equals to +1. F of -1 equals to 3. F of 0 equals to 3. F of 1 equals to 3. F of 2 equals to 3. And f of 3 equals to 0. So I'll have all this input, all this output, all the x coordinate, all the y coordinate. So those are called original points. After that, I'm going to draw a table. So you know that our graph is going to be compressed sideways. So I can still use the original domain, which is from -4 to 3. If your coefficient is less than 1, so you have to extend your domain, because it's going to stretch sideways. That means your domain is going to be double. So when my first point is -4, -3, -2, -1, so 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to plot those points later on. When it's -4, I have times 2 times -4 will be -8. So you look into your original points if there's any f of -8. No. So I can just cross out. That means that there's undefined, no points when x equals to -4. And then I'm going to look at f of 2 times -3 becomes -6. F of -6. Is there any f of -6? No, again. So when x equals -6 is undefined. How about f of -2 times 2, -4? Are there any f of -4? Yes. So I'm going to put -3. My new point will be -2, -3. The next one, -1. So I have f of 2 times -1, -2. I'm going to look at my original point. Are there any f of -2? Yes, +1. So I'll have -1, +1. How about f of when x is 0? So 2 times 0 is 0. So f of 0 equals to 3. And how about the new point? 0, 3. The next one, 1. So f of 2 times 1 becomes f of 2. So 2, and the y coordinate will be 3. So I'm using this one. I'm going to have 1, 3. Then 2 f of 4, because 2 times 2. F of 4, which is undefined, no point. F of 6, undefined, no point. So I'm going to plot this point onto my graph. The first one is -2, -3. So you have -2, -3. So this point is the first point, and then the second one will be -1, 1. This is the second point, and then 0, 3, 1, 3. So those are the 4 points. But after you draw the lines, you find out the graph is not the same shape as the original piecewise function. So that means that we are missing some points. So I'm going to observe and find out what are the other points that I'm missing. So when I draw the lines, these 2 points are not connected. You can either check what will be the point when x is negative 0.5, or you can just draw the line. Now I want to check what is when it is negative 0.5. So I want to check out. So it will give me f of 2 times -half will give me -1. So f of -1 will equals to 3. So there's a point of -half, 3. -half, 3. I'm going to plot this point on my graph also. So -half, 3. So this is the graph. So that means that I can connect them together. Great. I can connect this point too. So we're connecting this one too. Okay. And then you are going to observe. After 1, we don't have any points, but we need a point to cut through 0 in order to be the same shape. So I'm looking here again. So after 1, I have no point. I want to check the point in between, the x in between 1 and 2, which is 1.5. So I want to find f of 1.2 times 1.5. So I will have 3 here. So f of 3 will equals to 0. So there will be a point after 1, which is 1.5, 0. So 1.5 is here, 0 is this point. So your graph actually cuts through this point also. So this is number 9, f of 2x. So you use the table, your graph is compressed